So there it is. And so, yeah, these are good. These are good pages to look at. The only
Right.
unfortunate side of it is they're not necessarily going to cover every program, but some of the more notorious ones are going to
Well,
get listed.
you could search for Graham and see what comes up in the search box there.
Okay. Oh, there you're right. Graham
There you
International
go.
University.
And
Mhm.
that's an interesting thread that apparently he's been posting at promoting the school on Facebook, and there's some discussion there, and even Mr. Graham has been posting in there as well. Some
Well,
of the students they posted their experience about when they inquired, and one student was complaining that he never got a refund.
that's that's
Yeah,
not good.
yeah,
Yeah, well, here's the thing is, if the school you're looking at has its own thread here, man, I would worry it all to beat hell.
yeah. There's a bunch of aliases, sure, but I don't think everybody's lying in that thread. So I think it's a good
Yeah.
idea just to read this and degree info. I mean, there's some mention of Graham in there, but this is pretty recent too. Now, that doesn't say that Graham won't improve in the future or somehow get into some legitimate operating area. But right now, this is still looking really fishy to me.
Mhm.
And you could see he posted there.
Well, I mean, here it says owner of the university, Professor Graham is celebrated globally for his unparalleled academic achievements. Unparalleled.
No,
If you're other than Richard Feynman, Einstein, maybe your Ernest Rutherford, and some of they're going to have paralleled accomplishments. So that was another thing, and I mentioned it. I was going to go over it. Is typically these mills, what they do is they do a lot of boasting. So they'll use hyperbole, grand claims, unparalleled academic achievements. You don't see that on a regular university website. You go to Stanford, and Stanford's going to have some really good professors, but you will never see them describe themselves as unparalleled,
right.
a genius, a Renaissance man. They don't describe themselves that way.
A little bit of ego there, but hey, I get it. He's trying to run a business, so
Yeah, it would be a good idea to read all this before you dump your money off
right.
these guys. But the very fact that there's a lot being said about them on this particular website is a problem. I
Yeah.
mean, you normally don't see Princeton being discussed at length here on this program. All right, so let's take a look at the doctoral degrees.
Oh,
Um, Again, this is a school that doesn't want to miss out on any possible catch. So they're
wow.
going to have bachelor's and master's and doctoral degrees and graduate certificates and whatever. They're going to offer it all because they don't want to miss somebody. It has 15 faculty. You're not giving out doctorates with 15 faculty. You're not giving out master's degrees with that few people. But,
No.
but there's another thing I want to warn everybody about. And that is if you set up bachelor's degree programs, you're kind of opening yourself up for criticism. But doctoral degrees are a lot easier to hide because with bachelor's degrees, you have coursework that's expected of you. 4 years, and you're going to want so many credit hours. But with doctoral degrees, you can just kind of hand them out and just say, well, they're really good, they're really smart, and man, he's worked really hard. So let's give him a doctoral degree. So it's easier to give out doctoral degrees than it is bachelor's degrees.
Yeah,
And
but
that's why you see so many diploma mills giving out PhDs. Go ahead.
yeah, but even in the US, there's still some accreditation standard. There's still some standard that they have to adhere to. It's not just, well, let's just invent a new program and hand it out. I mean, there's a process and the methodology, and that school has to be approved to hand that doctorate degree out. I'd like to see the mythology. I'd like to see the lesson plans. I want to see everything.
Yeah.
And who's the teaching? Which professor's teaching what program? The program chair. I don't see any of that here.
Mhm.
This is just a list of nonsense.
Well, take a look at the number of doctorates.
Yeah, yeah,
But again, the school doesn't want to miss anything. So if somebody happens to be wanting an education policy doctorate, they don't want to be not giving one out. because they want to collect that money, right? So they're going to offer everything. This is another issue, is that a lot of people just don't understand what's really involved in getting a doctorate. After you get your master's degree, I've seen them happen in 3 years, but you're usually looking at 5. I spent what, 10.
Wow.
So it's a lots and lots of work, which means that whoever's the advisor is putting in a lot of time. They just don't understand just how massive this would be. University of Texas probably doesn't give out this number of PhDs, or I
No.
should say doctorates, you
No.
know. And let's go look at the pricing. Oh, I should mention here, we have the Dr. Barry E. Miller School of English. You don't put doctors in front of names like that. It's Barry E. Miller, PhD, School of English, or something like that.
Well,
So,
unless he has a doctorate, like
well,
a
no, but you would still not put doctor in front of their name.
right, right.
It's a salutation.
Yeah.
Um, and so we have doctoral degrees for this. So if you think that was a large number, oh, he's only got the one here that he offers in TSOL. But then we have this one. It's got a whole bunch of doctorates. And guess who's also
Oh.
it's the Dr. Rashad Ritchie School of Law. Now, keep in mind, it's not saying that Rashad Ritchie is the dean of the school. No, the School of Law is named after him, as if he's donated like $40 million to the university, because that's how you get your name on a school of law, is you donate a ton of money. And to call this the Dr. Rashad Ritchie School of Law is outrageous. He has Doctor of Laws in banking. He doesn't know anything about banking. He doesn't know anything about environmental law. He doesn't know anything about any of these because he doesn't have a legitimate JD. And then we have the School of Business, some more doctorates,
Oh my God.
and we have a ton of. So you see the problem, and all, by the way, all done by 15 faculty,
Right.
and that doesn't include also the master's degree. And you'll notice that the master's degrees and the doctors have the same exact focuses. So they just copied and pasted and replaced Master of Arts MA with Doctor of Philosophy PhD. That's not, you never see that in a
No.
real university.
No. Jeez.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say, at least with their academic program, we're just looking at more wrong than right.
To get a PhD or a doctorate in, say, disaster management, your advisor has to be an expert pretty closely related to that field. However, you also are offering a doctorate in human resources and local government management, national security, nonprofit management. So where are you getting all these professors?
I have doubts that the 15 staff members are expertise on all of these. Otherwise, I think this would be an expensive school to attend.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Doctor of Public Policy and Science and Technology Policy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's take a look at the tuition. And I know that you've got some things to say about that.